See, I just want to make Jesus proud.
So I'd like you to pay close attention to the words about to be spoken. Open your minds and let attention be your only token. From the first time I saw you, I was blown away. The idea of what you did for me just blew me away. And the goosebumps you gave me ran down from my head, my shoulders, my knees, down to my toes, because I now knew that they all belong to Jesus. And so when you proposed, I said yes. I jumped yes. I screamed yes. Because I had met the one who had paid my price. And no one had loved me like the way you loved me. Because when my life was dark, you were my sunlight. When my soul was stained, you washed my sins away, my Ariel. And so, the joy your presence gave me was so surreal. The smile you put on my face was incomparable. And I hoped and I thought that smile would last to the end. But then when I was faced with adversity, in the face of problems, when I was in the face of difficulty, that smile faded. And so did my ability to get back up. And so I stayed down. I stayed in my night, I stayed down. I stayed in my darkness, I stayed down. I tried to solve my problems on my own. I stayed in my comfort zone. You are the air that I breathe, but then I aired you. You died and I rose on the third day, but then I left you hanging. Just as you hung when you said it is finished. I told myself with how far I've come from you, whatever we had was finished. You took various whips and scars from me, but then I blue-ticked you. And I knew that you could save me with a snap of your fingers. But then I took you out of my private story. I tried to solve my problems on my own. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I left your message unopened and slept. I slept. And I'm sorry. This is the message we send our bridegroom. I slept. You slept. We slept. You see, the evil one, just like Maleficent, had enticed us with the forbidden fruit. And we've been put in a deep slumber. But then it's time for us to arise. Arise, arise, for your bridegroom is coming. For the evil one who put you to sleep like Maleficent is not as magnificent as the one who was sent to deliver you from the arms of the enemy. You are the Lord's beauty. So it's time for you to arise from that relationship with the beast of sin. Because your Prince Charming, your bridegroom, wants to spend time with you past the stroke of midnight. He is coming for those whose feet would fit in the glass shoe. I want you to ask yourself, would that be you? Because he loves you so much. And out of this love, he gives you extra time so you don't have to pay the penalties for your sin. For that was his golden goal, salvation. And out of this love, he becomes our keeper. He keeps us in perfect peace. He took all the shots and whips, was betrayed with a kiss. He took all the pain and suffering so you could live in rejoicing. He becomes our defender. When we hide in him, he blocks all the attacks of the enemy. Even when he tries to finesse us, he becomes our midfielder. And he would assist us do what we must. So if we trust, we would look like him when he comes. He becomes our striker. And he will strike down every attack of the enemy with power and love. He loves us, but the time for that extra time is ticking, and the bridegroom is coming. Prince Charming is coming for those whose feet would fit in the glass shoe. I want you to ask yourself, would that be you? And as we approach the final countdown, we would seek him more than 5 times a day, because that's the only way we can allow entry into our heart. So we'll seek him more than 5 times a day. More. 4, that's the only way we can allow entry into our heart. For when he comes, he and I, you and him, his bridegroom and his love, Prince Charming and Cinderella, will be one. Thank you.
See, I just want to make Jesus proud.